Okay. Hey folks, we're going to start the event. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Wildfire Preparedness Town Hall at the PMC POA Clubhouse. My name is Ted Peters, and I'm a member of the EP Committee and CERT, and I'm also on the board with the Fire Safe Council. This event's being sponsored by the Emergency Preparedness Committee today, and we will have presentations by Kelsey Taylor from the current Fire Safe Council. She will touch on the FireWise USA program. Will Eustis from the Fire Safe Council will touch on our home ignition zone program that's going to be rolling out. And we have Steve Watkins from the Field Institute, Cesar Chavez Corps. He will touch on the fuel reduction projects that we're currently doing here in PMC. And we'll also have Mark Greco from CERT. We'll talk about CERT, and James Douglas will talk about our radio safety net during the presentation. And we also, I do believe, are streaming. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick it off, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to Kelsey to discuss the FireWise program. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good morning. Do you need me speaking into the mic for the live streaming? Okay. I was going to say, I'm kind of a mover, so it might get a little hard to hear here and there on live stream. I apologize in advance. But like you said, my name is Kelsey Taylor. I am the outreach coordinator for the Kern Fire Safe Council. I have been here for just over 2 months now, so I'm going to tell you in advance. If you have questions at the end of this, done a lot of studying, but if I don't know the answer, I promise I will get your number and follow up with you, because that means I'm having a nice learning opportunity today too with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So a little background on the Kern Fire Safe Council. So the Kern Fire Safe Council is kind of a branch. We're independent, but we're also under the umbrella of the California Fire Safe Council. The California Fire Safe Council oversees about 300 local fire safe councils across the state of California. And of those, the Kern Fire Safe Council is one of those. Back before 2019, there were actually 3 fire safe councils in the county of Kern. Out of the need to have more of a unified approach for all of our mountain communities, so not just here in the Pine Mountain Club area, but like Tehachapi, Kernville. But having that unified approach, the Kern Fire Safe Council was created in 2019. And shortly after, we also had the development of the Kern County Wildfire Mitigation Coordinator. So that's my supervisor, Wendy Ward, who coordinates wildfire mitigation with local agencies here in Kern County. So the Kern County Fire Department, the Forestry Service, CAL FIRE isn't really too involved in the county of Kern because we're considered a local regulation area. So the Kern County Fire Department is more so our arm over that, or the Department of Forestry for some of those federal areas. So that's just a little background on us. So I could read you guys our mission and vision, all the fancy words. I'm not going to read it for you. You guys can read it right up there. But essentially, what our vision is at the Kern Fire Safe Council is to help our community become more prepared before, during, and after a wildfire or other natural disaster. We care deeply about our community. I've lived in Kern County since, before I could remember. I say I'm practically a born and raised girl. Moved here when I was 2 from the Los Angeles area. Don't remember anything different. I've seen the community change over the past, 30 plus years and how much we've grown as a county. But we still have, in all of our separate areas, this very deep connection to Kern County and our neighbors. And that's essentially what, as we get into FireWise, we're going to talk about, is how can we care better for ourselves and our neighbors when it comes to disaster preparedness in FireWise. And then a little bit about more about us. We are a 501c3. We do offer educational programs, outreach events such as this. And we are constantly developing our website to be a little bit more not just user-friendly, but useful to you guys. So, for example, soon we're going to be releasing a portal. Actually, I think Will's going to discuss it being released today for you guys to go on, and you can actually sign up for home assessments in your area. We also eventually will have a list of all the projects that we're ongoing or have completed. So right now, my coworker Will is starting on a project in the Kernville area. We just recently got a project approved in Tehachapi where we're going to be doing basically a egress and ingress assessment that we'll be providing to Caltrans and the Kern County Fire Department to provide more information on how to harden and how to also make accessibility up in the Tehachapi area more accessible. So those are just a couple projects that we're hoping to also show you guys ongoing as we're working on that. And our continuous goals is to have equal representation across Kern County's wildland-urban interfaces. So what that means is we want to have a big community base in all of our wildland areas. So we have actually a pretty good mix here at the Pine Mountain Club area, Fraser Park, Quebec. We are lacking a little bit in the Tehachapi area. We have one board member in the Kern River Valley area. So we are looking to expand, and that same involvement that we're seeing from you guys up here, we're hoping to expand to our other mountain communities in Kern County. And then also just continuing to assist and promote Firewise. So Firewise in Kern County, up until December of last year, there were no Firewise communities. And now we have 9 approved Firewise communities, 2 that are actively in the process, and then another 4 that are starting the process and kind of getting their organization ready. Next. So I do want to emphasize things that are outside the scope of the Kern Fire Safe Council, because sometimes people get confused and think that we're here to be a regulatory agency, or we're here to help you report your neighbor to the fire department to make sure they're getting their defensible space done. That is not what we are here to do. We're not code enforcement. We do have the resources up there if you are in need of some of those government regulatory agencies. We don't assist with personal property improvement or personal property hazard reduction, so we're not going to come out and just come to one person's home and start assisting them with clearing out their defensible space. That's not what we do. We're looking more at the broader picture as a community type oriented goal. And we also do not lobby. We don't have any political affiliations. Like I said earlier, truly, everything that we do with the Kern Fire Safe Council is we have a heart for our community, and we really just want to make sure that everyone is as well prepared as they can be before, during, and after a wildfire or other natural disaster. So, we're going to go over what is Firewise USA and how do you become a recognized site. So this first video I'm going to show you guys, if it'll play, is just a quick overview about what is Firewise. I will say there is one statistic she throws in here about a monetary value. Don't pay attention to the monetary value. We know money, inflation goes up and down. So other than that, it's a pretty good overview for you guys.
Oh, is this on YouTube?
No, it should play in the...
Okay.
You might have to click on it.
It's not connected to sound.
Oh, okay then. Well, there's no sound, probably won't do much good.
Hold on.
It's not connected to sound.
Can we or no?
It'll take a little bit.
All right, we'll skip past this for now. There's no sound to it, so I apologize for that. We'll go over the details of what I was going to cover anyways. So the program goals of Firewise USA is wildfire education, reducing wildfire risks to homeowners, and fostering that homeowner responsibility. So having that sense of community pride where you're living and ownership of your residence. And then encouraging neighbors to help neighbors. So recently that was National Good Neighbor Day. And what I loved about that is that it was a day to recognize that there's good neighbors out there. And a little background on me. So before I came to the Kern Fire Safe Council, I used to work at a school district, and then before that I worked in law enforcement. And in law enforcement I did neighborhood watch programs. So I'd go to homes very similar to Firewise, except in the crime prevention realm instead of fire prevention realm. But I would always tell neighbors, don't look at this program as just something that's crime prevention based. Look at this as a program as this is getting to know your neighbors and who can help each other in the event of a disaster or other emergency. Because as much as we would like to think that our first responders are going to be right there the moment that we call 911 or we see flames approaching our home, chances are they're not going to be immediately there. It's just not the reality of what the days we live in. But who are the people that are there? Our neighbors, right? If we need to shut off our gas, shut off our water, do we have a neighbor nearby that knows how to do that if we don't know how to? Do we know who we can turn to in the event of an emergency if we don't have family or friends close by? If we don't have cell service, do we know our neighbor down the street that can help us or possibly get us in connection with somebody? Something that we'll touch on a little bit more as far as getting community involvement and connecting with people is, I just want to share this example. It's a very unfortunate one, but the Erskine fire a couple years ago, the only 2 fatalities in that fire was actually an elderly couple who they were on the way to their car when unfortunately they perished in that fire. But essentially none of their neighbors knew they were still in that area. So when first responders were coming through and giving that final notice, you've got to evacuate, nobody knew that there were actually those 2 people were still there. So can you just imagine if we had that community involvement, that phone tree even connecting to each other to know, hey, you know what, Kathleen, she's still in her home. I see her car there. I know she wouldn't leave without her dog right there in the front yard. We need to go make sure that she is aware that we've got to leave right now. We have to have some kind of community accountability for one another, right? So Firewise is a national program, and I show this so you can kind of see the breakdown of where it is nationally, but most populous you see here on the West Coast. So in California, you see this big population of all of those little dots are Firewise communities. And where we are at, do you see many Firewise communities? Not so much. We're kind of clear on the map there. So my goal is over the next few years that we get just as populous as that Northern California area in our Firewise communities and our wildfire prevention preparedness. Next. So I already shared this information with you guys. That is a map of where our Firewise communities are currently. A lot of them are in the Tehachapi area. So, you guys here in the Pine Mountain Club area, hopefully we can add that to the map very soon.
Kelsey, we have one.
Okay, perfect.
Let's go back and try to see the video.
So go back to that overview of what Firewise USA is. Does it have a play button if you scroll over the video?
It's playing on here.
No, it's playing on YouTube. It's because
Oh,
it's stuck on the PowerPoint. It's you know. This is like me trying to set up my golf here.
Huh?
I have in my backyard, I have a golf sim.
This garlic soda?
Yeah, hit golf balls and be like the screen, all into the screen, you hit golf balls, and but it's like this, and trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathleen. I think you missed it. I used you as an example just now.
Was I an example?
Yeah.
Was that possible?
We're saving you in a while.
Here it is. Okay, here, let's start over. Okay, we're gonna start the video. Here we go.
All right.
See you when I
Can we get folks to be quiet, please? Thank you. Please, everybody, can we have quiet in the room? Patty, please.
Have you ever wondered how some neighborhoods manage to stay safe from wildfires while others face devastating losses? The answer lies in the concept of a fire-wise community. This is a group of homes that takes organized steps to reduce wildfire risks. These communities collaborate with local fire departments and wildfire specialists to protect their homes
Do you have
from
to drag the
damage.
video over to the
To
screen?
qualify as a fire-wise community, there must be at least 8 homes, but it can include up to 2,500 dwelling units. This means that even larger neighborhoods can join the effort. Within a city, multiple fire-wise sites can exist, working together to create safer environments. A key part of becoming a fire-wise community is forming a fire-wise board or committee. This group, made up of residents, leads the charge on wildfire preparedness. They work closely with specialists to assess the area's wildfire risks. This assessment helps the community create a wildfire
There we
mitigation.
go.
This plan outlines specific actions to reduce hazards and protect homes. Community action is vital. Fire-wise communities often host events like Fire-Wise Day. These events raise awareness and involve residents in wildfire preparedness activities. It is a great way to engage everyone and make safety a shared responsibility. Investment is another important aspect. Each community typically invests at least $2 per resident into projects that lower wildfire risks. This can include clearing vegetation, creating defensible space around homes, and improving emergency access routes. These actions make a significant difference in protecting properties. Reporting is also essential for maintaining recognition as a fire-wise community. Each year, communities submit reports detailing their wildfire preparedness activities, plans, and investments. This helps keep everyone accountable and focused on safety. From a weather and climate perspective, fire-wise communities address the growing threat of wildfires. Factors like prolonged dry periods and high temperatures contribute to more frequent wildfires. By managing,
We kind of get the gist of this, if we want to go back to the presentation.
Back. I think we closed it out.
That's fine. You can start it from the beginning, just scroll through. Just like at home. Technology's great when it works, right?
Yeah.
It always wants the update right when you don't need the update to happen.
I like that we have like.
For the last time.
It's like sick. We have like AI. And we can't like get. It's just this image to show up on the screen. You like, you tell us like make a video of you like riding a duck. And it's like.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, it was
Technical difficulty.
Okay, I got it back. George, I got it.
I'm here all day. I have no.
Sorry, folks. Hey, what's a presentation without technology, right?
Yeah. At least you have my colorful personality, not some AI robot talking to you guys about Firewise, right?
Are you sure you're not AI?
I don't know. Like, you know, there's enough projectors in here. I could be projected right now.
Okay, we kind of left off.
All right. So we can move forward another one.
Okay.
All right, so this is a map of the state responsibility area or the fire hazard severity zone. So every year, CAL FIRE comes out with the fire hazard severity zones updated. And over time, more and more of Kern County has been encroached, I guess you could say, by more of the high risk, the moderate risk, and the very high risk of wildfire. So that's as of 2023, July. I guarantee you're going to see more probably now of that entering into the Kern County area, just as our wildland and urban lives continue to intertwine. We have more buildup in our mountain communities, so we are seeing more of that severity, those hazards showing up into those communities as well. That's not a bad thing, it's just something to be aware of. Next. So Firewise USA is a program under the National Fire Protection Agency. And CAL FIRE is the state liaison for the National Fire Protection Agency. So they do offer application assistance. However, you guys have the lovely opportunity to work with the Kern Fire Safe Council for local assistance. So you don't have to bug CAL FIRE. You don't even have to call the Kern County Fire Department. Us at the Kern Fire Safe Council, we are available to assist you guys with your Firewise questions and connect you with those agencies if you need to. Third time's the charm. I'm gonna pull this up on my phone too, so even though you guys can't see it, I can maybe keep talking for you guys. So something else I want to reiterate for you guys is that Firewise USA is a voluntary program. I used to get the question in neighborhood watches is, so do I get paid for this? No, you do not get paid for this. You do get paid though in increased safety around your neighborhood, your community, your home in the event of a wildfire. And that's kind of priceless, right? Like a MasterCard commercial, priceless. But do keep in mind too, as it is voluntary, you might have people in your community that don't want to participate in Firewise. And we'll discuss that, how that impacts you and them, and the ways around that. Because you can still become a Firewise community, even if you have people that are adamant that they don't want to participate in the program and they're within your community boundary, if you will. And as a reminder too, the Kern Fire Safe Council, we are here as a resource to help you guys set up a Firewise community. We're not going to run it for you, we're not going to regulate it for you, but we are here simply as a resource to help you get started. If you have, emails or questions for the fire department, you need a home assessment or something that we can assist with, we have those connections still that we can get you in direct contact with the right people to make sure that those issues that you might be having in setup or questions that you have can be properly addressed. So I have a chart showing you guys that basically Firewise communities, they're all ran by a resident leader. So when you do create a Firewise community, you want to have somebody that is taking charge of that, has that ownership over